It is my hope that you'll see in these interpretations that there is no one particular way to find meaning in a story. This may be frustrating to you, but I actually think it can also be empowering. Using imagery, using details, using setting, do your best to make sense of what is being conveyed in the story. There are multiple meanings to be found. This is just one starting point, one way to start to find out where the author places his or her importance. Repeated images or image clusters can do that for you. So, when you're reading a story and trying to find meaning, I'd like you to consider making lists like this, like I've done, trying to pick out not only concrete details but also significant details, and then figuring out what meaning they might convey. So, now let's look at your homework. In place of class today, this is what I'd like you to do, and you should complete this work before you return to class on Thursday. I'm also putting these details on Blackboard, so don't feel like you have to copy them down word for word. First, I'd like you to choose one of the short stories you read for homework. 11, The Flowers, or No One's a Mystery. Then in discussion board on Blackboard, create a new post in which you list a particular image cluster from the story, just like I've done in this lecture. Then describe how you think these images contribute to the story's meaning. So I'm asking you to do essentially what I did. Now I gave you several different image clusters to look at. I'm just asking you to choose one image cluster. So for example, the clean and dirty imagery would have been enough, okay? And then I'd like you to try to articulate what these images seem to be saying about what the story means. And I've shown you several different ways to do that. You can do that by asking questions, by stating what you think it means, by talking about what the protagonist desires, etc. Please note that you won't be able to view other students' posts until you make your first post. After you make your first post, here's the other part of your makeup work. I'd like you to comment on at least one other student's post, a post that deals with a story other than the one you covered, okay? So if you decide to write your post on 11, don't comment on someone else's 11 post. You want to comment on The Flowers or No One's a Mystery. In your comment, you should do one of two things. Either A, mention an alternative meaning for the image cluster that they posted. So you can see that in my slides, I've given several possible meanings. When you make your post, you're only conveying one possible meaning, but your peers may find another possible meaning. So that's your first option in the comment. Your second option is to post another image cluster, another set of images that also contribute to the meaning of the story that your peer has posted. So please choose one or other of those tactics in your comments. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to contact me. I too will try to participate in these discussions, and that way when we come back to class on Thursday, we all have a better sense of how to make meaning in a story. Also remember that you'll be bringing in your one-page stories so that we can begin workshopping one another's stories. And if you'd like me to print out copies of your story, please make sure I get them. Because of the snow, and I know this affects scheduling and such, you can send them to me by tomorrow, Wednesday at 9 a.m. if you'd like me to print out copies. All right, thanks so much, and thanks for making up this work.